The Authority Site Genie. Have you ever struggled to put together all the sites for your all the pages for your regular site? We're always talking about book funnels and lead funnels and sales letter funnels and webinar funnels and all that other stuff. But what about your site? Just what about things like your home page or an about me page or products and services page or even your contact us page or maybe even your mission statement and your vision statement page. Now, in some circles, this is called a funnel hub. Other people call it a website. Other people call it your online brochure. Okay. Anyway, this is interestingly enough, I'm going to tell a quick story about why this became so important. So I had Lord, had a company contact me about what we're doing, meeting, and this is a big company, big. And they're like, hey, where can we go find out more about you? Where's your bio? Where can we find out about your site, find out about all your stuff? And it's like, well, well, the site I've been working on really for a long time is CopyandContent.AI. And then, my best bio is actually over on Amazon because, even though I spent $4,000 to buy JimEdwards.com from some dude in China, still haven't quite set it up yet. That's my fault because the girls are like, get us the stuff and we'll put it up. And, think it back to when I used to make websites for people and everything. You ask them, hey, we'll get everything set up. You just got to get me your stuff. Well, but getting you the stuff, it's like, what do I say? I'm kind of busy. This is a real struggle to come up with this stuff. I know it doesn't feel like it, but in the comments, those of you who are here with me live, have you ever struggled to put this stuff together? And then yet alone update it, make it amazing, keep it amazing. And so I said, there's got to be a better way to do this. So I put my little head down to the grindstone and created the Authority Site Genie. Now, this was kind of the challenge that was issued to me. Can you create all this stuff without asking people 50 different questions? And so the challenge was, could we make all this stuff and only have to answer 8 questions? And that's what we came up with. So this is what I want to show you is the Authority Site Genie, which is going to create all the stuff that you need to set up your authority site, your authority hub, your funnel hub, whatever it is, all the basic stuff that needs to go on there. That's what we're going to look at right now. So I'll go full screen on this puppy. And this is the Authority Site Genie. And so what it's going to ask you is some basic stuff. What's your name? What do you do? Your target audience, background and history. What do you sell? Business philosophy, connect and contact, products and pricing. And then you choose your writing variables for how this stuff's going to get done. So when I was sitting in the lobby of the Maxwell conference, I wanted to see how this would work for real people, because if you notice, it doesn't really put any limits. I wanted to see if you put a bunch of stuff in here, would it work? If you only put a little bit of stuff in here, would it work? So I sat down and started talking with people and we started filling it out, and I got their permission to use these as examples. So here's the first one. This was a retired lieutenant colonel who does security services for the federal government. And so that's his name, company name, asking about what does your company do. He was very bullet oriented. He was not, he didn't fill in a lot of stuff, which is great. I wanted to see how this would go. So this is what they do. Business philosophy, 1 sentence. Connecting contacts, like, hey, email us or call. Products and pricing, wouldn't give me any products or pricing. You got to call us for a quote. And then these were the writing variables: persuasive, neutral, active, beginner, and third person. So now when you click build, it's going to connect to the server. And I'm going to start at the bottom, but what it's going to, just so you don't have, doesn't keep pushing us down. But it's going to create your products and services and pricing page, your connect with, contact us page, your vision statement, your mission statement, your about us page, and your home page. And then the cool thing that it'll do also is once it generates that content, it will also generate headlines for each of the pages. But look at this. So this is, welcome to FIBA Inc., your leading provider of physical protective services for the federal government, expert services, departments of Homeland Security, Defense, and Veterans Affairs. And it tells what he does. And it takes all that stuff, combines it with the Genie magic, and creates an amazing homepage with headlines to choose from. Now, the About Us page tells what they are, who they are, where they're headquartered, all that good stuff. Mission statement, vision statement. Now, one thing I will tell you, based on the stuff that they put in or don't put in, the mission statement and the vision statement can sound kind of similar, so you may end up just choosing one or the other. Sometimes, though, they're quite different. Contact us. So again, all he said with contact us was, here's our phone number and here's an email. So it puts together the nice little friendly verbiage. If you don't like it, you can hit the Genie wish again, and it'll redo it. And then the products and services. Now remember, guy said, gave us a list of the stuff they do, and we're not going to tell you how much it costs, but it puts together really nice verbiage for the products and services and pricing. So as always, you can download this as a Word document, and then it's got all of the goodies. So literally now we're just going to you could just do a quick edit pass and then copy and paste this stuff right over into whatever it is you're using to build your authority site. So let's look at another one, and only because I want you to see the difference in the way this thing can be filled out. So if we do, this was a company that does ADHD services. And so what do? You can see these are, this is short. Who's the target audience? But in background and history now, they've got 3 people involved with the company. So it's kind of like their board and the owners. And then the what do you sell? And he's given me paragraphs. Okay. Then business philosophy, again, paragraphs. And then connect, products. Now these are real bare bones. Book a call, get a free consult. And then these use inspirational, good housekeeping, active, beginner, and third person. So now you can see that. So it's basically whatever you can put in there is what it will take, and then it will do its magic with your Genie wish and spit you out some goodies for your website. I had somebody come up to me in the hallway and say, I paid $10,000 to have somebody set up my website and write the copy that is not as good as what this thing churned out in a couple minutes. And I will note that when we did the demos for both of these guys that we're using as examples, they immediately both signed up, because I wouldn't just give it to them. They were like, that was worth it to sign up. So I was excited about that. So this is what their homepage looks like. And then the About Us, it elaborates on everything. Mission statement, vision statement, contact us. All right, and then products and services. So again, thinking about how long would it take you to come up with this stuff, this will save you a ton of time. And again, you can download it as a docx so that you can just copy and paste it. So that is the Authority Site Genie.